instrumental music because it always reminds me of a slip shining up.
Yeah. I just have it labeled Splish Splash.
Right.
That's
Okay.
all it's titled.
Splish Splash.
Just
Right.
a silly little live music bed.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Fits in well with our Help Kids Shine theme. In just a second, we will talk to a parent. But Bonnie Heslop coming up with the news. At 5 o'clock, Rod Mahood takes another look at sports as well. And chance for you to win coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. $100 OLG play voucher for tomorrow night's Lotto 649 draw. Joining me on the program, she's a parent at the Niagara Children's Center. Lindsay Switzer, how are you?
I'm very good, Tom. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem. I don't know if this is the official greeting, but we can start it, you and me. Happy Help Kids Shine Month.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It has been so awesome so far.
Yeah. If you want to make a donation, you want to see where your dollars go to, and for just $19 a month as a monthly supporter, you provide much needed and stable funding for the Niagara Children's Center. Helpkidsshine.ca. Helpkidsshine.ca. Information on how you can make a donation is all there. Now, tell me about Elise.
Oh my gosh. She's something else. She's incredible. She's absolutely incredible. She just turned 4 years old.
So that's a going concern of an age.
She's fully in. I've been told it's now called the Fornado stage. So she's fully in it. Let me tell you.
I have never. My dad used the phrase, "Oh, they are a going concern."
But yeah,
it was like you couldn't keep your eyes off them.
Yeah.
Who knows what they would do, but Fornado.
Yeah, it's accurate. I'm not gonna lie. There's the terrible twos, there's the teenager, and then there's the Fornado. And it's so real. Oh my gosh, it's so real.
Okay. When did you first start going to the center with Elise?
It was about a year after a year after Elise was born. So she was born April 18th in 2018. She was in the hospital for just shy of a year. She got out just before her birthday, and we knew we were going to be going to the center after we were out and home. So that was great. So we started about, I'd say, springtime 2019. We started with occupational therapy first.
Okay.
Because she came home, she was still very little, right? She was only a year old.
Let me take a time out here, Lindsay.
Yeah.
She was in the hospital for a year?
She was just shy of a year. Yeah. 343 days.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy. I can only imagine how stressful that was on your family. That's a year, Lindsay.
Yeah, it's pretty much a year. Her doctor at the hospital, she promised me that Elise would be home for her first birthday, and she just squeaked under the wire. So respect for that.
So why was she in the hospital? What was her condition that kept her there for the year?
She was born very early. She was only half cooked, really. That my dad used to say that she was only half cooked. She was 23 weeks and 4 days when she was born.
That is close.
Almost quite literally half.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So because of that, she had all kinds of issues with her lungs. Thankfully, not her digestive system. Those are the two last things to develop. But her lungs were just a mess when she was born. So she needed there was only one intervention we didn't get. We got everything else that you could possibly throw at her to try and bring her lungs up to a functional state. And just over time, she just kept going over hurdle after hurdle after hurdle. And it was just incredible. It was literally a year of one thing after another helping her get out. So hence, obviously, when we were out, we needed, a lot of support from the center. Yeah.
Yeah. You were just not on a first name basis with the staff, probably in the neonatal intensive care unit. You were on a nickname basis.
Oh my gosh. We were on a no name basis. It was that personal.
Knowing nods.
Oh yeah. Oh, hey, how's it going? I mean, we all knew what we took in our coffees and all that stuff. It was, yeah, they really became part of family, and it was something else.
So she goes to the Niagara Children's Center, and she's just about a year old, right around her first birthday. She goes occupational therapy, did you know much about the center? Did you have any family, loved ones who used the center? Did you know anything at all about the Niagara Children's Center?
I had heard of its existence.
Okay, you knew of it.
Yeah, only because it's right next to the Shaver Hospital. And
Right.
in my personal career, I work with people from the other side of the age spectrum.
Right.
So
Okay.
I knew it kind of like, oh, that's that building over there. But I'd never set foot. I'd never had any kind of contact. So it was kind of like, okay, I've seen that name before, but I've never encountered this place ever.
Okay. And so starting out with occupational therapy, and I just had an OT on last week, and they talk about, those are the fine motor skills, but and luckily with Elise, it doesn't sound like she had digestive issues, because this OT was talking about teaching children how to feed, which normally we think is I thought it was an automatic thing that the body did. Apparently, when you can't do it, it is, get this, really troublesome.
Yeah, well, you know what? If you want to go down that line, I've got stories for you, because try to imagine feeding a kid who's still on a ventilator. And hey, guys, come here. I got a special guest for you.
All right. So on our Facebook page, we can see the tornado. Here is Miss Elise.
Here she is in the flesh.
Mom Lindsay. Hi, Elise. How are you?
You say hi, baby? Hi. She has been at school all day, so she's very tired.
Right. Well, I have a tornado who's 14 who feels the same way.
Yeah, it really never ends, does it?
It depends on the child, but I'm going to figure out a way to combine tornado and 14-year-old. First thing she wants to do when she gets home before dance is
14-nado?
14-nado, maybe? Right?
I don't know. We got to play around with that one.
All right. So Elise, how is she doing now?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So she's incredible. She's in preschool. She's knocking it out of the park with preschool. As you probably saw, she has a tracheostomy. She got that, I'd say probably around the 8-month mark that she was in the hospital. And then came home obviously with the ventilator on. And as we kind of worked with her with occupational therapy, speech therapy, we're big into right now. And she's just such an awesome kid who wants to do so much, and she's so active, and she's, like I said, the tornado. She's just pure energy from moment one to she puts her head down on the pillow at night. She's incredible. So that's the other thing she's into right now. We've transitioned out of occupational therapy at the center. And we've gone into speech therapy. So she has that tracheostomy. There's little devices that you can get to put on there to block air movement so that you can force the air past her vocal cords. So she's working with, she has worked with a couple of girls through speech therapy and is just, oh my gosh. I have to be careful that I don't get tearful, because every time I think about it and every time I hear her voice, think about this. She's 4. We've really never heard her voice. I mean, we've heard squeaks and little noises here and there, but she's never really said like mom, or I want a banana, or I want this, or I want that. So that's
primarily, how is she communicating? A lot of pointing and pulling?
Yeah. Believe me, she gets her point across. She definitely, a lot of like those
just because she doesn't have her voice doesn't mean she's shy.
Exactly. But that's another thing the center's given for us actually too, is they've hooked us up with this tablet that she can take to school and she can take out and about, and she presses little buttons and makes this cool computer voice talk, and she makes these little rap songs with it. It's hilarious.
Man, oh man. And this is the amazing thing. It's unbelievable, Lindsay. We have done we've worked with the Niagara Children's Center. This is our 19th year. And so you can imagine the technology when we started just after 2000, where we had these tablet boards that were pretty primitive. And we were like, this is unbelievable. And how far they've come in 19 years is remarkable.
It's crazy. It is just crazy. And you can see how much is needed and how much it has augmented that therapy process, and how much faster it pushes the kids down down that recovery line. Like I mean, it's not just Elise too. Like it's all her friends from the center who also get these, these different kinds of interventions. Every kid's different, right? They need something a little bit different. And it's insane what you can see these kids do that you might not think they'd be able to do, A, B, and C, but then here they are, they work with the center long enough and they get, say, a tablet. Next thing you know, they're really telling you what they think. It's amazing.
Yeah. And one of the things, and you as a parent probably see it up close on how each child is different, but how they get them to where they are, right? They don't treat on her condition. They treat on what can she do? What are the challenges? Let's get over those challenges. And so you can see probably the communicative delays or challenges that other children have. Like the answer is not always the same, but they address each child's like, okay, let's figure out what this is and get you moving forward. It's truly remarkable.
I've actually meditated on this quite a bit lately, being, it was Mother's Day and now it's nursing week and all this stuff. And you just kind of think about how grateful you are to people who, are in that role with you with this. And just the role that a lot of the folks at the center have played in those kinds of interventions. And that's one of the amazing things about what they do there and kind of what makes them stand out as opposed to, a lot of other places, not to knock anyone, on purpose, but there's something about that place where when you walk in, you can tell that everyone there is doing what they are meant to do in their life. It's just a feeling, you walk in, everybody's happy to see you, or they've tailored everything for exactly what you need. And nothing is generalized. Nothing is, just let's throw
They're
it
not
on
trying to fit you into a preordained program.
Exactly. They really take the time. They're right there with you. They make eye contact. They don't rush you out of the room. There's none of that stuff that you hear people, say about certain other things. But it's such a feeling you get when you walk in that every single person here is doing what they're meant to do on this planet. Like, this is amazing.
Lindsay, I have to leave it there. I have the pesky news coming up next. Listen, it has been great chatting with you. It has been great meeting Elise. Listen, if you can survive the tornado, good luck. Good luck, DEFCON 5.
I did DEFCON 5. I love it. I'm studying that.
Next, I give Greg Campagna full credit for that line. Listen, I appreciate your time. All the best to you and your family, and have yourself a terrific night.
Thank you, Tom. Much appreciated. Have a good day.
You too. Lindsay Switzer is the mother of Elise. If you like to help other kids shine, the campaign website, helpkidsshine.ca. And for just a small monthly amount of, say, I don't know, $19, you can provide secure and stable funding for the Niagara Children's Center.